Okay, so let me explain you very detailedly in the from the the Python programs. Okay, so previously we have created the table, we connected SQLite in the command prompt, we create database, we create table, we insert many rows, all this. So what we are going to do now, we are going to read the data from the table which we created, and we are going to clean those data, and we are going to load the data in existing database. So now I will explain you this Python program step by step. So first one, we are going to import SQLite 3, pandas as PD, and import OS. These are the three libraries. So let me explain you what is SQLite 3. We need this library. The purpose is it helps to connect to the SQLite database. And what is the pandas? You already know, as you are data science students, the pandas library is used to read, clean, and manipulate the data in a table format. Okay, for example, we use like pd.read underscore SQL, all these. So I don't want to confuse you. This pandas we import because we need to read the data, clean the data, and manipulate the data in the table format. Okay. And then what is meant by import OS? It helps with the checking files on the computer. For example, when I create database, I need to check does database exist or no. So it helps me to check the files, whether this file is available in my computer or no, whether this database is created in my computer or no. So for this, I need this library import OS. Okay. So now I come here, define database path. I have your DB path, and this you all know where your SQLite is stored, C drive, and your name of database which you created. So this stores the file path of the database inside the variable. This is a variable. I have given this variable DB underscore path. The database is located in the C drive, SQLite, whatever the database you have created. And then next is, if the file does not exist, the program will stop here. If suppose this DB path, the variable DB path, I have here the path of my database, this database does not exist, then the program will stop here. This is ensure the database exists. If the file does not exist, the program will stop going to the next step. I hope this is clear. And then I come to here, the same to check the database. If not, in the previous line, if not os.path exists, db path, print error, database not found. So what is meant by os.path.exist in the previous line? To check if the database file exists. If it does not exist, the program will print this error message and stop the execution by using this exit. Is that clear? So if there is a database, what happens? If there is a database, no problem. It will continue to the next step. So what is the next step here? I have your SQLite 3.connect db underscore path. This the variable which I declared before with the database path. Okay. So here this command opens the connection to the database. Like SQLite 3.connect db path tells the Python to find the database file in this path. If the file exists, then it will connect it. If the file doesn't exist, then it will create a new empty database. Is that clear? It will create a new empty database if the file is not exist. And then we come to now after connection, I come to you load the data into pandas reading the data from the database. So here, what is this pd.read.sql? I have first, let me explain you this. Select all from user, comma, there is something connection. What I have in this connection? Connecting SQLite database, okay, your database path. I have the variable of database path here. And here, what is select from user? To read the data from the table, usually we give select all from the table name. The same thing you will give here. This retrieves all the data from the user table, which is inside the database. So select all from user, which we already know, it's an SQL command that selects all the rows and columns from the table. But what about this? pd.read underscore SQL, it loads the data, whatever data you have from this table, it loads the data into the pandas data frame, a table-like format. Whatever data I have here, it will load the data in the table-like format in the Python. So for example, I have like this. Can you see this here? This is my database is created. This database, whatever it displays now, this will be loaded into the form of rows and columns like a table where I will have a ID, field name, ID, email, name, email, and then the first row, one, John, and second row and third row. So it will be loaded in the tables like format when you give pd.read underscore SQL. Next is displaying the original data. Now after loaded, I need to display whatever data is loaded from this user table. I want to display this in the table, all the data in the table format before cleaning. So we give here print original unclean data. Original data means unclean data which is retrieved from database. And then now we go for data cleaning steps. So first one, data cleaning is nothing but removing the duplicates, removing the missing values. All this you know as your data science student. So same here, we are going to first, we are going to remove the duplicates. So here, why we need to remove the duplicates? Because sometimes the database has duplicate entries. To remove this duplicate entries, to remove the repeated rows, we need to use drop underscore duplicate. Can you see this here? We need to use drop underscore duplicate function to remove the duplicates, which is repeated rows from the table. So we give here df dot drop underscore duplicates. Because why we give df? In the df, you have the table, you have loaded the data in the pandas data frame in the table format. So I use this variable df and I use the function to remove the duplicates. It is drop underscore duplicates. So if you have any duplicates values, if the name is repeated 2 times, if the email is repeated 2 times, it will be removed in this step. Next is handling missing values. Why we need this? Some rows might have null values. So I want to remove those missing values. For this, we need to use the function drop now. This drop now function removes any row that contains missing data or that contains empty values, which is null. So I give here df dot drop now. So if suppose in a table previously I stored my name as one of the data Shakila, I did not enter the email ID. So if suppose if my email ID column will be null, that row will be removed when you type this handling missing values. Okay, so now we go. I will tell you this filling mix or missing values later. Now we'll go. Now I remove the missing values, null values in the row successfully. I remove the duplicate rows successfully. Now I want to remove the extra spaces. So what is mean by extra spaces? Sometimes the users accidentally enters the extra spaces when they type the names or emails. So whenever you give str.strip, this function is to remove the extra spaces, remove the, like we call them like leading or trailing spaces from the name and the email. So for this, I need to give here like df name and remove the extra spaces from the name and remove the extra spaces from the email. The function is only str.strip. Is it clear? And next one, I want to convert all the letters to the lowercase. Why I'm converting to lowercase? What is the use? Because I want to ensure consistency. I don't want some names should be uppercase, some email should be lowercase. I want everything in same format because I want to ensure the consistency by converting everything to lowercase. So to convert uppercase to lowercase, we use str.lower. What is str? String. String dot lower. Lower is convert it's to lowercase. So which one you're going to convert? The same name and the email. I hope this is clear. Now next is to validate the email using regex format. So what is meant by validating the email using regex format? So regex means it's a regular expression. So first I finish handling the missing values, null values. To ensure consistency, I want to convert to lowercase, all these. Now I need to validate the email. Why should I validate the email? Like I have some steps like I need, if anyone entered, like for suppose my name, Shakila at example.com, it will be a correct format. Or anyone enter gmail.com, correct format. But if anyone enter like shakila.org, then it is not the correct format. So to ensure the emails all in the correct format, I need to go to this step. This step ensures that all emails in the dataset follows the valid format before saving into the database. So first one, here if you see what is this line is having a lot of things. So this line is nothing but it removes any row where the email is not in the correct format. How it is removing? It is removing by using the regular expression. Now we will break down this expression. The first expression, can you see this here? I'm just going to explain this, okay? This one. First, we have taken the email and then string match with this expression. So what is this expression? So first, I have here this expression. This is the start of the string. The start of a string. For example, my email ID is Shakila at example.com. Shakila, yes, it's a start of the string. And then I have something here. From here to this plus. Yes, from this plus, I have, what is this? It matches the letters, Shakila. It matches the letters A to Z and smaller case, lower case, or the numbers, dot, hyphen. So it matches my name, whatever I given in the email. Like if I give Shakila at example.com, it will match first part, it will take it is breakdown. This email will be breakdown into multiple parts. Shakila and then at example dot com. It's multiple parts. So from here, it will match this, whatever I selected here, it will match the letters. My letters, whatever I given, it will match from A to Z, the numbers 0 to 9, dots, hyphen, all this will be matched. And then here I given this at symbol must appear exactly once, not two times. If it appears two times, then it is not in the right format. It must appear exactly once. And then again I have a same thing up to plus. Can you see this here? What is this? I already said if my email ID is Shakila at example.com, then it break down into four parts. Shakila at example, Shakila at example.com, it breaks into five parts. Shakila at example.com, like five parts. So first it matches my name Shakila with the ABCD, lowercase, uppercase, letters, hyphen, dot, all these. And then check whether in my email the at appear only once. It checks here. Again, it matches my, I have example, right? So it matches my email, example or Gmail, whatever it is. It matches with letters, numbers, dot, hyphen, the domain name. Again, I have example dot. So it checks whether I have this dot before the domain extension like gmail.com. Com is the extension. So whether I have before com, whether I have this dot or no, it matches the dot or no. Again, I have here after dot, I have this /w plus. It matches letters only for the domain extension like com, like com, like org, like net, like etc. It all will measure this. Is that clear? And then this is the end of the string. So this is how it matches, it validates the email, whatever emails we give, it will be validating our email. So for example, it's not previously I said it will take only .net, example.com, email.com or gmail.com, email.net. It will not take .org, it will take .org also. According to this line, the program, it matches your string, your letters, your at symbol, it must appear once. Again, your domain name matches with the letters, hyphen, dot. Again, the dot appears before the domain extension, the domain name, like this, it will be validating. Okay. And then I hope it is clear how to validate the emails. So it removes the rows where the email is not in the valid format. Now we finish this. Now the data is cleaned. Now we are going to clean the data. We already cleaned the data. We are going to save the clean data back to the table users. Okay. So here. So what does it means? Here I have df.to underscore SQL, the table name, the connection variable, if exist equal to replace. So this is important. What does it means? It means if the user table already exists, delete the data and replace the data with the clean data. Override the existing table. And then closing the database connection, which is very important. Once you load the data, you need to close the connection. And then if you want to display the clean data, then print clean data, and then it shows the final version of your data. This is your program to extract the data from database, to clean the data, and to load the data in the existing database. I hope this program is clear. If you still have any questions, you can ask me. I can explain you. Please don't memorize the program. You need to understand which function you need to use for removing the duplicate rows, removing the missing values, and then validating emails, how to check each and every breakdown that and study. It will be easy for you. Okay. This is your lab 1. So now after this, we all know how to execute the program. I already explained you in the previous recording. And then, okay, so this is your lab 1. And once the data is cleaned, it will appear in the VS Code under the terminal, all the clean data. And still, if you want to check in SQLite, the same, you can use this and check like this. All the clean data will be appearing here. Okay, so this is your